It's the first PlayStation Plus mid-month update of the year, a boatload more games coming to the extra and premium tiers of the subscription service. All the games you're about to see are yours from Tuesday the 21st of January. We have 11 in total. I'm Adam, hello there. Please leave me a like to support this series. Thanks kindly, let's do this. First to the extra tier and the gaming catalogue, and it's one of the greatest games of all time, God of War Ragnarok. The sequel to the 2018 reboot has us once again fill the boots of habitual god unaliver Kratos, who now has a much older son by his side. The gameplay loop is all about melee action, but the Leviathan axe is not our only option. Other weapons change up the flow of battle regularly, leading to some absolutely devastating combos. Outside of combat, puzzles litter the way, sculpted around the story of Ragnarok, the destruction of all gods in the Norse realm. Plus, an additional mode released, Valhalla, that transforms God of War into a narrative roguelike, as Kratos is tormented by his past. God of War Ragnarok has so many perfect 10 out of 10 ratings, definitely not to be missed, and it's also on the PS4, with the added benefit of turning your console into a jet engine. Next we have Atlas Fallen and the Reign of Sand update that expands the world, offering new quests, new enemies to fight, and new challenges to face, and a revamped progression system which ultimately tries to fix all the issues the original game had. Atlas Fallen is set in third person in this open, very sandy world, and focuses on combat. For every attack we give out, we'll need to consider a defensive option, like dodging, blocking and countering. This all feeds into a momentum system which lets us unleash special abilities. And all those skills are upgraded through shards and catalyst pieces, either earned or found in the open world, which by the way can be played in co-op. In the story, we are one of only a few people who can wield a magical gauntlet and then use it to rise up against our oppressors. Atlas Fallen review scores average out at about 6.5 out of 10, but keep in mind that was before the Reign of Sand update. Game 3 is Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name on both the PS4 and PS5. Instant spoiler, the guy who died actually faked his own death. Legendary Yakuza, Kazuma Kiryu. This time he's undercover and has access to a crazy amount of gizmos and gadgets to beat the life out of tens of thousands of enemies that you'll face. Combat, as you can see, is straight up brawling action. Kiryu's double life pushes the limited plot forward, but that all depends on your knowledge of previous installments of the game. Yet, it's the extracurricular stuff that will take up your time. Sub-stories to play through, mini-games to try out, and you can even try chat up hostesses in the bar, if that's your thing. Like a Dragon Gaiden, the man who erased his name, has a range of review scores between 7 and 9 out of 10. Next, a rhythm game. This is Sayonara Wild Hearts. Said to be a euphoric music video, but in reality it's more like a fever dream. A young woman wakes up and breaks the balance of the universe. Our actions are performed on the beat, and the trippy visuals keep building until you either have an epileptic fit or you roll credits, which is about 90 minutes in total. And if you want the plat, you'll be playing through this game 4 times. Ever wanted a Gundam game that makes the mechs look like chibis? Well, have a look at SD Gundam Battle Alliance. Taking place in the G universe, we pilot a 3-unit squadron. Fans of the lore will get to see iconic battles played out again, with themselves being the hero or villain. Destroy buildings to your heart's content in these arena fighter domes. SD Gundam Battle Alliance hits PS4 and PS5 on the 21st of January, with an average review score of 75 out of 100. ANNO Mutationem is an indie game set in a cyberpunk setting. In both 2D and 3D, we play as Anne, a combat-trained lone wolf fixated on bringing down evil megacorporations who are linked with her brother's disappearance. The explorable city is yours to wander around freely, and there's an economy system to collect, buy, and craft upgrades for Anna and her gear. A cool little detail sees chip modifications that change the characteristics of the weapons you are using. Engaging enemies with a long-range rifle and a short-range blade make for some interesting battles. Average review score, 71%. We have a tower defense game this month, Orcs Must Die 3. The player takes the role of an apprentice as war rages on, and is tasked with defending rifts from an onslaught of orc armies by using weapons and special abilities, as well as setting traps. So many traps. With 18 levels on release and 30 more scenarios added later, Orcs Must Die 3 has an average review score of 77%. Next, another RPG based on a tabletop game, Citizen Sleeper. We play as a sleeper whose mind is digitized and put inside a robot. That robot has had enough of its indentured servitude and has escaped. Now we must both survive and somehow find freedom. So get ready to roll a lot of dice and figure out the percentage chance to succeed. And finally on Extra this month, we have Poker Club, which is poker, I guess. Hang on a sec, I could probably make that sound cooler. This is the most immersive poker simulation game ever made. Did that help? At this point in the video, I usually suggest a game for you that's hidden away in the catalogue. Well, today, it's one of my favourite games of all time. Enter the Gungeon. Don't be thrown off by the retro art style. This bullet hell outing has us wading through countless enemies to find and build a weapon that can kill the past. Playing like a twin-stick shooter, exploring dungeons, finding guns, defeating a boss, and then going down another level in the elevator to do that all over again. And each of those guns, by the way, is so ridiculous, it's impossible to guess what's coming next. I adore this game, and I hope you do too. Alas, it's time to say goodbye to a heap of games that are leaving the catalogue on Tuesday, January 21st. The headlining act is the removal of Resident Evil 2, the exemplary 2022 remake of the PS1 classic. The survival horror juggernaut is packed with content, including 4 story playthroughs across 2 characters and a time attack escape mode starring the NPCs around Raccoon City. Such a great game. Say goodbye to Life is Strange and Life is Strange Before the Storm, the narrative adventure games that give a girl supernatural powers just at the time when she's becoming an adult. We've all been there. Say ta-ta to Hard Space Shipbreaker, a game about dismantling spaceship debris, which is a Zen-like game until something blows up. Speaking of blowing things up, Just Cause 3 and Just Cause 4 and Just Cause 4 Reloaded are going away. 3 open-world adventure games taking down evil dictators. Also going are 2 mana games, Legend and Secret, as well as Street Fighter's 30th Anniversary Collection, which is packed with so many games. Finally, of War to Dragon Ball FighterZ and Pure Hold'em, a poker game. You have until January 21st before all these games become locked on PS Plus Extra. Over to the premium tier of PlayStation Plus, which goes by the name Deluxe in some countries. And here's Indiana Jones. No, not that one. Indiana Jones and the Staff of Kings. It was a PS2 game from 2009. It was pretty good back then, to be honest. Set in third person, we bullwhipped our way around the 1930s, trying to find the Staff of the King's relic before a little German with a funny mustache did. IGN loved this game, saying things like it's terrible, out of date and atrocious. So in other words, it's a must play. And last but not least, Medieval II from the year 2000, as Sir Daniel returns from the grave to thwart an evil sorcerer's plan. We have an ever-growing arsenal, including swords, daggers, crossbows, hammers, and even the occasional chicken drumstick. Average review score, 8 out of 10. Okay, so that's our month on PS Plus Extra. What do you think? Happy, sad, delighted, mad? Please let me know in the comments. I'm Adam, you're awesome. Please play Ragnarok. Bye.